In my opinion, I don't think teasing could lend anything to the who's a bigger prize thing. I mean, all right, so here's my thing on teasing, okay? Does it work? Is it good for your game? Does it get her excited? Does it get her horny? Does it make her laugh? Does it make her like start biting her fingernails thinking about being with you? 100% yes. Can you get laid like a rock star all the time, all day, every day without teasing? 100% yes. Okay. So, you know, I would recommend, and we can explore teasing more, but for now, I would recommend trying for guys to try to just get good at game without trying to master teasing. Okay. And you could do that. Um, a book I would recommend some people to read, and I think this helps a lot. And this goes way back, and I don't care what anybody says. I think it's a fantastic book, and every guy can benefit from it. Every guy probably read it and put it down and never thought about it again. And I would say pick it the fuck back up. And if you haven't read it, pick it up. And I would go all the way back to David D'Angelo, Double Your Dating. Okay? He's got this whole cocky funny thing. And it's a phenomenal book. I mean, it's timeless. End of story. It is absolutely timeless. And I've recommended this book hundreds of times to students over the years. And some guys look at me like, really? And I'm like, yes, really. Go read it 5 times because it does lay the foundation for teasing, okay? And teasing is an art. Like, it's not easy because to tease, you have to be 100% in the moment, okay? And not just in the moment, you've got to be quick as shit. Like, it's got to come to you like this. Like, she says something and you immediately have to be able to tease her about it. Like, it can't come to you moments later, okay? So it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of cultivation, and it takes a lot of time to get good at teasing, okay? But it's not the one element that is going to allow you to score with women because, let's think of it like this. Like, there's 8 billion people on the planet right now. So over the course of time, let's just say, who knows how many billions, but for right now, 8 billion. So let's just take, probably 4 billion men had sex with 4 billion women to create, okay? And that's if they got pregnant the first time. So realistically, it's probably like 20 billion men had to have sex with the 4 billion women, okay? To get the 8 billion on the planet. And it doesn't matter. Chances are, dude, all of those billions of men didn't tease or didn't have any game and they got laid. I mean, men are getting laid all the time and getting laid often that don't have stellar game. But what they do have is a strong desire, and they do have the willingness to put themselves out there and fail and to try. So the saying, like, you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take, okay? There are guys out there, they're taking tons of shots, okay? And they don't have any game, but they're still getting laid and they're not teasing. But teasing is an art form, and it's a wonderful way to separate yourself from the myriad of men that are hitting on her or who are in her life, because chances are guys aren't teasing her that much, or maybe she's had one dude over the course of her life or 2 dudes who kind of teased her and, was a little bit like cocky and dicky to her. Like, yeah, most girls have had that type of guy once or twice, and they spend the next bunch of years thinking about that dude. But it's not often. So when you do tease, it does have a very profound effect. Now, how do you learn that? You start by, like I said, reading. I think David D'Angelo's book is an amazing way. So you have a foundation of what it's going to look like. And then everything that comes out of that can be expanded upon. So, you might hear a guy just be like, oh, you're like, maybe references her to her like, yeah, you remind me of my little sister, like a little brat. Okay. So you could take that point of reference, little sister and brat, and maybe you could expand on it. You keep acting like that, you're going to go to your room, or I'm going to have to tell on you to mom and dad. You could expand on those, and or if she does something serious, like stupid or goofy, you can kind of poke fun of her, or tease her in that way. Just be like she bumps in the table, be like, if you break anything, you're buying it, or like, come on, like everyone's looking at you, like you're gonna embarrass me, like this is so awkward right now. And she's like, you're such a jerk. No one's looking at me. I'm like, they're all looking at you. I mean, so it just takes practice, and you have to be comfortable. And this is good. You have to be really comfortable with the person in front of you, because if you're not comfortable, you're either worrying about what you're saying or what you're going to say, or you're worrying about what she's doing or what she's saying and how she's looking at you, and if she's flicking her hair or if she's giving you the eyes that she might like. You have way too much on your mind. But if you're in the moment and you're comfortable, you can now recognize moments or times where you can actually tease her and flirt with her. And if you're not comfortable and you're not present in the present moment, it's really difficult. I mean, over the years, I've tried to think of ways to put out a product about flirting or teasing, and I came up empty-handed, because I don't think there's an effective way to encapsulate all that into a book that's going to be, I guess, applicable to every guy and all women in every situation. Because there's levels of teasing too. There's girls who respond fantastically to some really hard fucking teasing, where you're just like, man, the normal girl would have kicked me in the nuts and fucking threw a drink in my face, but this chick is she's getting turned on by it. But then you have a low self-esteem girl, okay? And we can talk about this if you want, but I try to put women into 3 categories when I'm gaming them. It's going to be low self-esteem, normal self-esteem, high self-esteem. Okay, I argue go try to find a different level there. I don't think there is one, but unless it was 0 self-esteem, then they're probably suicidal and dead. But that doesn't matter. So low self-esteem girls, you're not going to want to tease her because she's going to take it seriously, or you're not going to want to nag her real hard because she's going to be like, dude, you're a dick. No, I don't want this. Okay, that's not her blueprint for attraction or love. That's not in the equation. Okay, so you have a girl who's, normal self-esteem. If you don't tease her at all, it's not necessarily bad. But if you tease her just moderately and semi-often, it's awesome. They love it. If you tease them too much, they're gone. They're just like, yeah, this is too much. If you tease them too hard, or you're too, I don't know what the word is, but too punchy with your tease or your flirt or your nag, whatever you're gonna call it, she's like, yeah, you're just a dick. And then high self-esteem girls, a lot of them are party girls, okay? They need a lot of that. And they need it good and often and hard. Okay, and can you bang them without it? Yes, you can. But your social value and your life has got to be real high to get them. Okay, but if your social value and your life isn't way up here, but you have some really good game, which is flirting, teasing, and understanding of female psychology, yeah, you can still get those girls. It's going to be important to add that into your game. But yeah, so I would say, to learn it, just try to understand what it really is first. And the best way is to really just go back to, dating 101, pickup 101, way back to David D'Angelo. He's got that book. You can probably download it for free anywhere, and it's fucking great. And it'll give you a really good core foundation on what flirting and bantering it kind of is. And more importantly, you'll also learn a little bit more why women like it and why they respond so well to it. And then from there, just try to like expand upon those principles. And, like back in the day, like I used to sit there and, I'd read a tease or a neg or a flirt. And, I'd go out with like a cheat sheet, like literally. Like we didn't have like smartphones. I mean, we kind of did, but they weren't smart, not like they are fucking today. So you didn't have Google Docs on a phone. So I would go out, like folded up, piece of paper in my pocket. And I would like, try out certain lines, and then I'd see how they responded. And I'd try them like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I'd be like, all right, well, let me sit down now and try to think of how I could have expanded on that. Let me think of how I could have taken that a different direction or made it better. And I would literally sit there and try to figure out things that could make it better. And I would also recommend to guys, if you want to get good at teasing, take notes after your cold approach or your date, and write down some things that she did that you wish you had something to say for them. Okay, so maybe it was like, she tripped. Maybe it was like, she had a lot of sweat on her forehead. Maybe it's like she kept dropping the fork on the floor, or, maybe she stuttered a few times. Like, and write that stuff down and be like, okay, well, how could I have teased her on this? And you got to start putting yourself, adopting the mentality of a person who flirts and tease. I mean, you can't go from 0 to 100. So you got to start becoming that guy who teases and flirts with girls. And it takes a lot of work to get good at it, and to get quick, and to have situational awareness, to be able to like see something in real time and boom, come at her with that. Even if it's on text, I mean, or in real life, it takes a lot of practice and it takes a lot of time just to come up with something so quick that has that desired effect that you want. Okay, now I want to share something very, very special with you guys, okay? And I want you to keep it a secret. I don't want you to share it with anybody, okay? It's a deck of cards, and it's a magic deck of cards. Like, this deck of cards is actually going to help you get women instantly turned on by you and want to take you to the bedroom. I mean, it's amazing, okay? I did all the advanced courses for it, and guess what? It's like 100% free, okay? It's just a small shipping fee. All you got to do is click the link below, enter in your email to claim your free gift, okay? But I'm warning you, we don't have a ton left. Like, don't sleep on this. Like, this is one of the greatest things. The Deck of Destiny is like one of the greatest gifts ever created. So, like I said, just click the link, enter in your email to claim your free gift now.